Hello, my name is Ilona and I'm doing a recap of my Dutch video. So I obviously have shuffled the cards in my Dutch video. First, I want to start with some good news. In Switzerland, they have destroyed 9 million stings because they were expired. Interesting, so nobody wanted to have those stings. I also shared a clip of Parliament of the European Parliament, Christina Anderson, where she talks about the fact that she saw through the lies, she did not get the sting, and she has no plans of getting the sting. So it's very important to see that more and more people are speaking out and standing up. I actually wanted to take a look at Jakarta. There is a dome that caught fire and collapsed. It's from the Jakarta Islamic Center, which is a center for Islamic studies and research at Jakarta, Indonesia. I thought that was very interesting. I kind of was wondering, because it's a kind of a think tank, if there is any connection with the World Economic Forum, and I ended up on a site from the World Islamic Economic Forum, which I thought very interesting. I've never heard of this. This is the WIEF. To be very honest, especially when I look at the initiatives, the Businesswoman Network, the Young Leaders Network, which sounds like the Young Global Leaders, this sounds like it's from the same, so let's just say the same agenda. The same people are behind this. So I thought it was very interesting, especially when I looked up some things that was on the 11th WIEF Global Discourse on Internet of Bodies. This is from the 25th of May 2021, Merging Man and Machine. This is about transhumanism. So this is very interesting, and to me this sounds like this is from the same, the same people are behind this. There is not a coincidence that this is called the World Islamic Economic Forum. And of course we have the World Economic Forum. And they have a similar agenda. How interesting. I'm not sure if this is connected to the Jakarta Islamic Center in any way, but I just thought it was interesting and I just wanted to share that. I actually looked at this Jakarta Islamic Center, and apparently it was built on a red light district known as Kramat Chungak. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, probably not, which was established in 1972. So this is very interesting. You have to understand that places have a certain energy, and especially a red light districts, a lot of awful things happen there. It's a very, very low energy. So it's interesting that they decided to build this center on top of that. So I actually looked at the energy. The dome caught fire during a restoration, which is very interesting because the exact same thing happened with the Notre Dame. So these are the cards I got. The first card was the Six of Pentacles. The central card was the Five of Pentacles. Card in the past was the Nine of Swords. Then we have the Two of Swords underneath the central card, and we have the Strength card and the Nine of Pentacles for the near future and the future. So this to me seems this was balancing things out. This was about balancing things out. This was about leaving the dark energies in the cold. They need certain places to do their rituals. They work with energy. And it's very interesting, of course, that this was built on a red light district because there's a very low energy there. It's very manipulated, and they choose certain areas because it also has a connection with the energy grid, with the earth. So they can create their rituals, they can really take advantage of that place, and they were really bringing in negative energies there. And I believe by destroying it, they don't have a place there right now. They cannot do their rituals, which is very interesting because we are, of course, heading towards the end of October, which is one of their biggest sort of celebrations. And I mean that in a very negative way. So to me, this was destroying that. And I find that very interesting. It's also bringing back strength in that area, balancing things out in that area, and especially in those places where a lot of people still follow a lot of outside forces, to tell them what to do. This is about creating independence, about really bringing them back in their strength, in their power. This is about independence, making them more independent, and creating an atmosphere and an energy so they can really step into their own strength. So I do believe that this was done by the White Hats. That was the first thing I felt when I saw, especially the similarities with the Notre Dame at a certain point in time, which was very important for them, that was coming up. And then this, caught a fire. A fire is, of course, cleansing. It's about cleaning the place. It's about leaving them in the cold so they don't have those places anymore to do those rituals. Very interesting. At the moment here in the Netherlands, and I'm sure it's happening worldwide as well, there's a lot of things that had to do with the bird flu. I hope I can say that. And they are cleaning up a lot of farms. So a lot of animals are taken care of because they apparently been affected, so they need to be removed. And it's a horrible thing. And I was kind of wondering what exactly is going on. They're also talking about stings they want to use for the animals, so they will be protected. It's like they want to really get their hands on anything that's related to food. I've also done a video last week about cows and stings, and to be very honest, I do not believe it's going to get that far. I do believe that this is to show people what a messed up way we've been living and how far they're going to take it, because really the dark energies want to get a hold of our production of food. That's why they're getting rid of the farmers. They want us to eat insects and all kinds of chemical mess that they've created to keep us as weak as possible and as controlled as possible. So the first card I got was the King of Swords. The central card is the Knight of Pentacles. This is about this energy of what's going on with this bird thing. Then we have the Three of Cups in the past. We have the Knight of Swords underneath the Knight of Pentacles. And for the future, we have the Sun and the Knight of Wands. Interesting. We've got 3 knights, by the way. So this isn't a process. The knights usually are a process that needs to be completed yet, but it's in a process. People are working on it, and this is really part of the plan. And to me, this feels like this is something the dark energies obviously want to do. They really want to take full control and create all these shortages. But the White Hats are ultimately taking care of this and using this in a way to get rid of very sick animals. Our food production has been a mess for a long time. And I'm not really blaming farmers in any way for that, because most of them really got just choices. Well, you can do this, but you have to feed them this. You have to do this, this, and this. So if you want, eat meat, animal food, anything like that, make sure you get it with an organic farmer. We call it a biological farmer here in the Netherlands, but it's very important that you take it from farmers that pretty much take very good care of their stock and their animals, and really in a loving way. And make sure they don't get all kinds of things in their food, or really there are also all kinds of hormones and things like that. So it's very important that we start taking care of our food as well, and understanding that we really need to change it. So this has to do with changing the food production. I believe that the White Hats are taking care of that as well. I also wanted to mention that I've read that, of course, the dark energies were planning to do something to the earth, and they would then go, under in their tunnels and their bunkers, and they had all this food and luxuries and things like that. And the White Hats, obviously cleaning up those dumps and those tunnels, have found that they found all the food supply. So there is more than enough food for everyone. So do not be afraid that there really is going to be a shortage. It will seem that way. That's why you have to be prepared, because we just don't know what's going to happen, how the event is going to unfold. So we have to be prepared that we could be, well, let's say, not able to leave our houses for quite some time. So quite some time, maybe. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I think it will completely depend on where you live around the world. But be prepared to have food in your house, water for your pets, loved ones. Make sure there is enough just in case. I truly believe there is more than enough food, but how that's going to circulate and when that's going to happen, I don't know. But we do not have to be afraid that there is not enough food. So don't get dragged in there, because that's what the dark energies want. They want us scared. They want us scared of not enough food, scared that we won't have any electricity or gas or whatever. We're going to get free electricity. We do not, or free energy. I don't think it's going to be free electricity, but free energy. We do not have to worry about that when when everything is going to change. And just trust that it is going to be all right. Do not get caught up in all this fear. That's a very low energy. They want people in that low energy. They love that low energy. So it's not even surprising that they would put an Islamic center, build it on a red light district. They love that low energy. They want to keep us in a low energy as possible, because then we are much easier to manipulate, and especially with fear. So do not be afraid. No, we are going to be all right and we are safe. And I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.